Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Day's Podcast along with a new video. I want to thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. I truly appreciate it. So today we are going to do more free episodes and content, but I want to make sure I tell you guys that there will be more on Spotify and Patreon. So be sure to check that out exclusively, if anything. Today we are going to talk about MC Lyte and her debut album, Lyte as a Rock. So, Lyte as a Rock is the debut studio album by American hip-hop recording artist MC Lyte. It was released on April 19th, 1988 via First Priority and Atlantic Records and featured production from Audio 2, Prince Paul, King of Chill, and his group Alliance. Lyte as a Rock debuted at number 63 on the May 28, 1988 Top Black Albums chart. On July 9th, 1988, the album peaked at number 50 on the then Billboard's Top Black Albums, spending 16 weeks on the chart. Despite not having much commercial success, it has had a very good evaluation by critics since its publication, and it has been considered by various media and specialized press as one of the best and most important rap albums, both in the 80s and in history, mainly due to its influence on the subsequent work of other female rappers. In January 1998, Lyte as a Rock was included on the Source's The 100 Best Rap Albums of All Time list. The album is broken down track by track by MC Lyte in Brian Coleman's book, Check the Technique. Okay. So, in 1987, at the age of 16, Lyte released her debut single, I Cram to Understand You, Sam, about drug addiction and its impact on relationships, being one of the first songs written for the crack era. As she has stated, she was 12 years old at the time of writing. In 1988, she published her debut album, Lyte as a Rock, in addition to being one of the first female rap LPs. Previously, only some groups like Salt and Pepper and the Sequence had published. It would be the first full album of a female rapper as a solo artist. So, I had previously talked about Queen Latifah, her first two albums, so be sure to check them out. But yes, The Sequence was an American female hip-hop trio from Columbia, South Carolina, who formed in 1979. The Sequence is noted as the first female hip-hop trio signed to the Sugar Hill Records label in the late 1970s and early 1980s. The group consisted of Cheryl Cook, known as Cheryl the Pearl, among the other two artists. And then, of course, we have Salt and Pepper, which we know is the hip-hop group formed in New York City in 1985 that comprised Salt, Pepper, and DJ Spinderella. Their debut album, Hot, Cool, and Vicious, 1986, sold more than 100 million copies in the US, making them the first female rap act to achieve gold and platinum status. So we'll talk about them too, but that's where it all began. The Sequence, Salt and Pepper, MC Lyte, and of course, Queen Latifah. So that, and among Yo-Yo and Moni Love, and, this is where it was beginning. But yeah, the critical reception and a rave review for the Philadelphia Inquirer, Ken Tucker wrote that Lyte as a Rock confirms Lyte's status as an uncommonly smart creator of rhymes and an adept performer of those words. Yeah. Then someone else has said that She knows how to talk tough without yielding to the stupid temptations of macho. Um, yeah. And people be saying how they be feeling, child. But yes. The greatest hip hop albums of all time. It's ranked at number 82. The greatest old school rap albums in the 80s is ranked number 30 as of 2017. Hip hop's 25 greatest albums by year, 1980 to 1998. 1988 list, it's ranked number 13 in the year of 1989 when they ranked that. And then they also had the 20 best rap albums of all time from artists who just happened to be women from 2019. This was ranked at number 14. So this album really did a lot. Like it wasn't so much that people weren't ready for a solo female artist. She was the solo female artist, and then there was among others that came after. And so I think that when she created this album and the things that she talked about, and even further in her later albums, they were socially impacted, and I think that's something that we're not always talking about now in any type of rap form, where it's not so much to get someone's attention, and not even whether it's overly sexual, but just in the sense of just, look at me, I'm picking at you. Like, it's just, there's more to rap than that, I believe. There can be. There's so much poetry that, people recite and are more passionate on, that, can be transcended into raps, and people can really just be at bliss. I don't know what, they don't gotta just be the same old thing. There's more to talk about. Much more. But let's get into the track list. So track 1 is Lyte versus Vanna White. Track 2 is Lyte as a Rock. Track 3 is I Am a Woman. Track 4 is MC Lyte Likes Swinging. Track 5 is 10% Diss. Okay. Track 6 is Paper Thin. Track 7 is Lyte the MC. Track 8 is I Cram to Understand You, Sam. Track 9 is Kickin' for Brooklyn. And then track 10 is Don't Cry Big Girls. So, yeah, the album is about 39 minutes long, 38 and a half minutes long. There was a lot of samples that, were played into this album too. And I like that. I like when samples are used in such a way that, people can possibly help preserve the original content in songs as a whole. Like, why not? But overall, for me, I think this was a good album, and I don't think that it gets listened to enough. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about everything in the sense of not even just things that people know about, but then things that people don't fully know about, things that people don't really get into fully, and just be like, well, you know what is this about? And when you really just sit back and listen to different things, different artists, even down to during the MC Lyte tribute at the 2006 VH1 Hip Hop Honors, DeBrat and Remy Ma sang the chorus for the track Kickin' for Brooklyn. Like, it's things like that where you say to yourself, like, it was for a reason. So, again, be sure to stream this album. MC Lyte has always been a legend and always will be a legend, and I appreciate her artistry and her as a person. Among most, if not probably all, female rappers. Like, I don't really be feeling a way about, artists. Me personally. I will, however, support artists that should be supported. So, and that's all around. Like, I'm not just talking about rap. So, again, Thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and I'll be back with more.